The reason why I asked Javi and then Kim is because Kim's going to school for something within the art field. Would you say having taken these classes thus far has given you better insight and a perspective on most things art?
Oh, definitely. I mean, before I took any of these classes, I thought art was simple, you know? I feel like most people do think it's pretty simple. It's just art, you know, but I've learned so much, and the fact that I'm getting my degree in just like fine arts, um, it's I have to take everything. Like I'm taking sculpture, I'm taking ceramics, painting, printmaking, photography. You know, it's crazy how
There's so many mediums
there's
of
just
art.
so many, and it's like it's really cool to like try everything and see how each one is so different, and like how my own personal style kind of like translates for both, like for everything. So it's fun. Like I took ceramics for the first time this past semester, and I did a ceramic sculpture, and it was crazy. It was wild. I got offered an independent study with one of my professors because of it. So
Now, what exactly is an independent study? Nah,
chill.
for the people that don't know at home.
An independent study is just, I guess, like it's just me and the professor working on something specific. Like I'm taking the same class with everyone else, but they're going to be working on that stuff, like that curriculum, and I'm going to be working on something different. So it's like he's going to be kind of focused on the class, and he'll just be there like to help me. So it's pretty cool because I'll kind of be doing my own thing.
If there was one medium of art you wish you knew very well, what would it be? We're gonna start with Javi real quick.
Music. Well, I know music, but I wish I could play music probably more than anything. Because like that's something that's like timeless. Like you could listen to like a Stevie Wonder song forever, and like it'll always have that effect. Or like I don't know, like there're just certain sounds that like people keep reusing over and over and over again because they're just so good. So like I would like if I could just ever make like a song as good as "Outstanding" by the Gap Band, that'd be crazy. Like, because no matter what, like if I could make like a crazy like song that like lasts decades, like after I die, like I'll leave that behind. And it'll be cool. Music definitely.
No, definitely the same thing. Music is something I've always connected with, and there's just so many types of genres and so much you can like do with music and so many instruments. It's fucking crazy. But I mean, I started music when I was like 13. I started learning how to play the drums, and I played the drums for like about 5 years, and then I didn't have a drum set, so I stopped playing. But I've been trying to pick up like guitar and piano, and it's just there's something about making music, and it's just like just the feeling that you get and the feeling that the music you make can give others. It's like just sharing an experience with the world, you know.
Dre, so you say you don't have any type of creative talent, but we would probably disagree. You just haven't found it yet. Though, since you don't have anything at the moment that you can practice and dabble with, if you could have a creative outlet to express yourself, what would you elaborate on that?
Music, I would definitely start a band, as I've been talking about for years.
Why haven't you?
Damn. That's the hard questions. First of all, I don't have a saxophone.
Okay.
Why not?
Yeah.
How come you haven't started taking lessons or tried to find lessons?
YouTube.
I don't know. I just kind of feel like, it's like I want to, but then it's like, do I really want to? Like, you know what I'm saying?
That's
I'm down, but it's just like, damn.
You don't want to put the effort in.
You're not down enough.
Yeah. It's just like I kind of feel like it's more like the thought of like, damn, imagine if I had a fucking band and we were good and we were playing shows. Like, damn, that's sick. But it's just like, damn, I gotta learn how to play. Damn, I have to find people to play with. Damn, like, fuck, that's something else I have to do. You know what I'm saying?
The learning of the instrument would be probably the hardest thing. Finding others to play with, you can find anyone
Like,
instrument.
I just wish I could,
Pick it up like that.
like, I snap my finger, bam, I know how to play, bam, I fucking have people to play with. And then like the working towards it would be cool. It's just getting started. It's just like
That's the hardest
getting
part.
started definitely turns me off to the idea. I'm just like,
Why do you think that, though? Because you're lazy, or you have some kind of something holding you back?
definitely laziness. And it's just like I don't want to have to go out of my way to find people. Like right now, if it was all like just us right now, and poof, you fucking got a flute, you got a fucking
Violin.
bass,
No.
violin, and you playing the guitar, and I fucking a saxophone appeared out of nowhere. And I was like, all right, Ben, let's fucking learn. Cause like, bam, I got my instrument, and I got my people. But I don't want to go through the process
Alone.
of trying to find people who might not take it as serious, and it's just wasting my fucking time.
But is it?
It's all an experience in the end.
Yeah. So it's just like if I just, if I could just have people right off the bat. That would be
So we're gonna circle back around to when you asked who their influences and people that they look up to. I want to further go off on that. We'll start with Kim. Kim, could you name 3 people right now that you would say have either just recently started inspiring you or have always inspired you? And it doesn't matter what genre or medium of creative art that they do. It's 3 people.
I think, like, career-wise, I would definitely say Virgil Abloh is, like, my number 1 inspiration. He does it all, and I fucking wish I could do it all. Musically, I think SZA has always been a really big inspiration for me, and her music is super inspiring to me. It's just, I connect with it really well, and I think, painting-wise, I feel like I have a lot of, like, inspiration from Picasso, and just because of his, like, the Cubism movement, kind of, I don't know, it's just a style that I really enjoy, and I've been taking, like, a lot of art history classes, and obviously we learn a lot about Picasso and Van Gogh and, you know, those, like, big artists, and I don't know, it's, like, really interesting to take those classes and learn and see why they became so big, and, like, at the time, art was just barely starting, you know, so those are definitely some of the biggest inspirations, Van Gogh and Picasso.
3 people that inspire you, Javi?
That's tough to like pick 3 because I feel like I'm leaving people out no matter what.
Yeah.
But like throughout my life, like a constant has been Kanye West. Like not so much like even the music, just like attitude and like personality, just like the little bit of self-confidence that I have, like he helped like build. So definitely him 1. I don't know, man. That's tough. My mom would probably be like one of the people that inspire me.
facts.
Just because she like, not so much with art, but like, just like having like the work ethic to like do whatever the fuck you want to do, and like not letting anything stop you, and just like supporting me like no matter what. 3rd, fuck, that's tough. I always wanted to be Bob Dylan. Like I just think he's the coolest fucking person ever. Like so much of like how I dress and like another thing, like the people, like it's not even about music because music's great, but like the attitude and just like I'm gonna do what I want and like I'm gonna be who I'm supposed to be. It's just cool to me. I don't know. That's like another thing that's been since I was like young. Like those 3 people just like shaped who I am like as an individual and like the way I think about things. So yeah, those 3 people.
For myself, I think Mac Miller was one of those individuals. When I found him in high school, like 8th grade actually, coming into freshman year, my friend had showed me him, and then as the years have progressed, seeing his growth and maturity really inspired me because he was closer to our age, and so it made me feel like, well, he's about as young as I am, a little older, so if he can do it, like, why shouldn't I be able to? He inspired a lot of people. He made a big impact on a lot of people. someone else I really look up to is Tyler, considering the amount of growth and maturity, the change that he has underwent has been such a spectacle to behold, considering the amount of backlash he used to receive many years ago, but now he's completely done a 180, went the other direction, and is doing the absolute most with music, fashion, festivals, etc. There's a photographer I learned about back in 2015 when I went to Colorado, and the gentleman's name is Chris Picard. He is a world traveling photographer who does primarily landscapes, and he goes to the most remote places on Earth to go surf in freezing cold waters. That's like his kink. Without he's not really a kink, but like that's his thing. He likes to go to Iceland, Norway, and just find these remote beaches and surf in those cold waters. And he has a TED talk that I have saved in my phone that I refer to sometimes when I need motivation. And it's just these people that pushed forward despite whatever obstacles were thrown at them and the troubles that they had or have. Chris Picard literally quit his job at 19, 20 years old to go work as a photographer, and he lived out of his car for like 3 months.
That's fine.
And now he is like one of the most reputable and well-known landscape photographers on the planet.
But Drake can't get a saxophone.
I'm not gonna even fucking say what I want to say.
Look, man.
Because I've said it so many fucking times.
Nice
but
callback.
But I'm not gonna.
Look, man, I get it. I know what you're trying to get at. I don't know, man. I feel like there's been a different energy around me as of late. I don't know. It's just, I feel like there's just a different energy around me.
Do you feel like somebody put a battery in your back, per se?
Not that type of energy. More so that people have kind of been talking and treating me a different way, more on the positive spectrum than anything. Mm-hmm. It's been something I've observed. I don't know if it's just everyone's just been in a great mood or something happened.
Do you think you're being more positive and that's why you're getting more of a positive energy back?
I know this is supposed to be about art, but we're going to dip into the personal side of my life real quick. Recently, I just let go of some long-term feelings I had for some people. And so maybe that is energy that was released, and now I can more so breathe. And it's just, I can focus. I'm not thinking about one or multiple people. I can focus on other things. Yeah. I do want to be more creative. I've been in the creative rut, honestly, for a long time. I don't pick up my camera as often as I used to, and keep this super short. I overthink everything. We're gonna keep it right there, short and sweet. I overthink everything.
Yeah, I feel like kind of like for all three of y'all, like I feel like Javi for sure should like since he likes fashion, he should like try to make a piece a day, maybe two, how he's feeling, how his day's going. Kim, like you too. I mean, you might already do, but
I don't. Staying motivated is also I
Yeah,
think
no,
that's
it's
just
hard.
a general problem with a lot of creatives, you know?
Yeah, it's like, I don't know, like we were writing that TV show, and like, I don't know, when we get like in our bag, it's like it just comes out quick and it's good. But then like when I'm not, it's just like tough to stay there, and like I have writer's block, so I'm just like stop, because I don't know, and then like I'll just forget about it, and like I know like in the back of my head it's like a burden, like I gotta go finish that script, or I gotta go finish like whatever I was doing, but I just don't, because I don't know, maybe that's laziness too, but
I think it has a lot to do, or at least for me, I guess I'm speaking for myself, with like the lack of motivation is sometimes it could be like self-doubt, you know, like
that too.
like I want to get something done and I have it pictured and I just like you know, I'm just scared to start or to finish something because I just feel like maybe it's not going to be good enough for myself or for, you know, other people. And I just, you know, I think that's one of the big things that stops me, and that's definitely something to try to work on, you know.
Yeah, I feel like that's something like that I try to tell these two fools, just like fuck it type shit, like bro, like do you always.
It's not that easy.
Yeah.
There's some days.
And no, and I understand, and that's why I'm like, that's why I'm here to push, push you to be like.
It's like mental roadblocks where like your own insecurity gets in your way of like being what you could. Yeah. It's so weird to like know it and still let it affect you. It fucking sucks.
Yeah,
because
it's even worse when you realize it and you're like, well, I can't do anything about it.
So bad. Like just like your own self-doubt, like I don't know, it's crazy. Like
it really can like stop you from doing the things you want to do, and you know, it's crazy. And I think one other thing is like important to stay motivated is hanging out with other people that motivate you, because I feel like for the longest time, for like almost a year, I found myself hanging around people that just weren't motivating me to do what I wanted to do. And I knew I wanted to do these things, but I kind of just let it go. Like I, again, put it on the back burner because I just wasn't surrounding myself with the right people. And if you hang out with other creative people and, you know what I mean, like you're gonna constantly motivate each other, especially like all of us, we're all different. Like you do photography, you do fashion, like, you know what I mean? Like all of that can play together and it helps stay motivated. And I think that's the one thing I want to keep as a main priority for this year, is to hang out with other people that keep me motivated and inspired.
The energy you keep is the energy you exude. Mm-hmm. And what they both just said is what I was going to say in a nutshell. That's why I haven't been creative. That's why I don't post like I used to. That's why I took a break from social media, because I just was not in a good place.
Which everybody should take a break from social media. It feels good.
Hard to agree. I profoundly agree with that. It's, you say we should say fuck it and like continue forward by making stuff, but I've been told mixed things. I've been told by one person, make things and put out stuff even if it's shitty, because at least you're making something. On the other hand, I was told by someone else, don't make anything when you're in a rut, because you're just not going to feel better about it.
My thing is like, my thing with where I want to come is like confidence, like the confidence side. Like if you're feeling like I don't know, I'm like, nah, bro, like that shit's hard. Like stop bullshit.
We know how I am about all that.
No, and so that's what I was talking. I wasn't talking about like if you're in a rut or like whatever. Like I'm just here to boost confidence. Christ.
I'm sure it's hard to see everyone you want to see win not winning because they're stopping themselves.
Yeah, it's pretty hard.
But also, friends, I hate when people aren't honest with me when I'm like, hey, what do you think of this piece? And they're like, oh, it's great. Like, good job. Like, you're such a great artist. That's not what I want to hear. You know what I mean? I'm not asking you because I want to hear how good I am. Like, I know how good I am.
We need
I need like criticism. Like I want you to tell me like what you think is a little off, you know, because I'm not going to grow out as an artist if everyone's just telling me like, oh, you're good.
We need to hear
I feel like for like the photos and for the art, it's like kind of different critiques. So what would you say for like how like would you want somebody to critique your work? Like, damn, maybe you should have used a different blue, or like, damn, maybe you should have did, I don't know, like the terms.
Hold on, I want to add to that what Dre just said, but also when you ask somebody that doesn't have as much knowledge as you do within the art realm, and you go to them for criticism, are you going to take their criticism with a grain of salt, or are you going to have that as much weight as if someone who knows what they're talking about?
Especially because like I don't know what the fuck I'm saying, or I don't know what the fuck you could have did different, or like, so it's just kind of like, damn, I mean, it does look fucking nice.
I think I would definitely take it with a grain of salt, but when I feel like when I ask people who don't know like the technical part or like the technical sides of like art, I'm not asking them for like technical advice or criticism. I'm asking for like basically like what we do in our art critiques in class is like people kind of just give, they kind of like, of course we talk about the technical stuff like the composition, the colors and stuff, but it's also a lot about what people feel or like what they get out of the art.